G'day. I think this is going to be easier than I thought because most of you have been to Westwyck, I think, so some of the descriptive stuff can be dispensed with. No. Righto. I think I'm also going to be on message with what I think's a strong theme that's run through a lot of the presentations, and that theme is about us being on a water journey. It's us treating water in a very different sort of way, and it's us having to adapt to a changed water environment in a much quicker time than we might have originally expected. Westwyck itself is a project whereby an old school was decommissioned, as so many were, and there's a story in that, a parable in that that's worth taking on board. The reason the school closed was that the urban decline, the population drift in the inner city was putting a lot of existing infrastructure under threat, including health centres and schools and transport services, and this school was just one of those so threatened. The project's about creating an eco-village out of that site. It's about giving it another use, a new use, and it's about trying to make sure that that new use is appropriate to a new time and to a new era, changing needs. And amongst the objectives of the project, prime amongst them really, has been an objective of water efficiency. The water efficiency story is probably a good news one for us. It's one of those rare areas where we've actually spent less money than we thought we were going to have to. The original application into council suggested the permit would be approved, but we'd need to put $100,000 towards stormwater upgrade. Well, we'd already tackled the challenge before that happened, but that fired us up further. So the package we presented to council showed that something like 8% of the original surge of water that used to leave a site that was all hard surfaced with asphalt, concrete and roof was actually going to happen, because we'd done a whole lot of things to the site, including creating porous surfaces, lifting all the hard surfaces, capturing all of that roof water and reducing the discharge from site through a whole system of swale drains, slow release drains, and of course treating most of our sewage on site and reducing sewage discharge from site. The water sensitive urban design principles eventually attracted really strong support from the local water authority, and there's a good news story in all of that. I think what I'd like to leave you with is that this journey from large monolithic centralised water treatment systems towards small dispersed decentralised or distributed systems has a real human element in it, and it's about human scale. It's about returning back to people and back to communities that control over their water that we were moving away from with those larger systems. So we finish up with a site that will eventually have all those water treatment systems that you saw indicated before, but people will be responsible for those systems. People will have to think about what soaps and detergents they use, for example, the amount of water that they're actually using, trying to reduce that. And they'll also have to take part in a number of different shared living activities, such as the gardens and the water regime that's going to apply there. So I think the whole notion of a project like this is taking something that was no longer appropriate to the current situation and giving it a new use that's going to be driven very much by the people who are living in it.